Yeah, some people call it gas station heroin. For those that don't know what it is, kratom is a plant. It comes from a plant that's native to Southeast Asia, and it's sold in all kinds of forms. It's sold in powders, capsules, teas, extracts, and they sell it as a natural energy booster or like a safe pain reliever. The issue with it is that kratom acts on the same brain's opioid receptors, which means it mimics the effects of opioids and it causes dependency. Then there's also, with that comes withdrawal, and then, in some cases, life-threatening consequences.
Yeah. And I like that you brought it up because my first thought, even as you said that, is like, oh, well, it's a natural plant medicine. That can't be bad because, out here in
Yeah.
California, a lot of people believe, weed's not bad because it's a plant medicine type thing. But I think the difference here is it's more closely to like opium, which is also natural, but it's highly addictive because it is an opiate. And so it's not like, weed or these other things where, maybe it is natural and holistic, but it has a physical, mental, spiritual dependency that is unlike that of other types of plant medicine.
Yeah. And something else is that, like, there's no regulation on the stuff, there's none. So there's like no standard way of doing it. So there's a lot of like contaminated kratom, and a lot of the time it can be mislabeled or even like stronger than people realize. So there's just no safe regulation on this terrible drug.
Yeah, I think the thing that's interesting, and I know we've gotten so many clients in now with this as their drug of choice, like it's becoming more and more common with that, is I don't think they realized how physically dependent they became on it. And so to support a physical dependency of an opioid type drug like this, it becomes extremely costly to the individual. And this is again how addiction gets really bad because now people have this habit that they need to support, that they need, quote unquote, need to feel physically well. And so they're spending, anywhere from 300 to 500 to $600 a month just to support this habit that used to make them feel really good, but now they need it just to feel well.
Totally.
And that's where the side effects of addiction can come in because people need to support that habit. And the more they're in that physically addictive need to support a habit, that's where criminality and, unethical things occur in order to support that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you run out of money. You have to start doing things to support the habit. And, it's this nasty gas station drug. And yeah, some people can take up to like 20 grams to 50 grams a day of the stuff. So like that's like a higher drug user, and that like when you get really bad with it, you're taking probably somewhere between 20 and 50 grams. And then kratom costs about $10 to $20 an ounce. And so if you do the math on it, yeah, like you were saying, it's like hundreds of dollars a month. But if you're taking between 20 and 50 grams at $10 to $20 an ounce, you're spending, yeah, $330 a month up to like $660 a month. And that's like when you really start to notice like, wow, like this is a problem in my life. And then, families start to notice, especially with like a lot of young users, and people are trying to, get high and avoid fentanyl and still get those same effects. And they go to something like this, or they use fentanyl, but they like had a bad experience, or they felt it was too dangerous, or maybe they saw maybe a friend overdosed. And then, they're like, they go to this as a lesser of evils, but it ends up just catching up, just like any shortcuts in life do. It's gonna affect your wallet and your health. And yeah, that's really wild to hear, right? Like how much like a gas station drug could cost somebody a month.
Absolutely. Well, and because it is like an opiate, unlike like say mushrooms or other types of quote unquote plant medicines, you can actually overdose on kratom. You could take a fatal dose. You can die. So there is those side effects that again, is that on the warning label? Does anyone care who's buying it? but it is a real situation that can occur. And so, again, the reason for our podcast here is to sort of educate people and families, and hopefully even people that are struggling with this as being a truly dangerous drug that's not being talked about. It's not being regulated. It's become acceptable because you can buy it, much like alcohol, at a corner store. So it sort of downplays the dangerous effects that are still very prevalent and can happen to somebody.